you. I can't even thank you enough. We're celebrating John Bernier's 35 years here at 8 News this week, and we're just deliriously happy to have him with us.
8 News anchor Katie Dupree sat down with him for a look back.
When Central Virginians want a reliable forecast, they turn to TVA meteorologist John Bernier.
John's been bringing Central Virginia's most accurate forecast for 35 years now.
Winds start to come around to the northwest.
Growing up in New England and after attending the University of Massachusetts at Lowell, he got his start in Sioux Falls, South Dakota in the early 1980s. Getting weather maps has changed a lot since then.
They printed out on a machine called a NAFAX, which essentially used a giant roll of wet wallpaper. It was an electrical current that passed through because it was wet, conducted electricity, so the map was actually a burned image.
That means a lot of hot, humid weather coming up for the next several days.
The way the weather was presented was different too. Before green screen technology, they stood in front of real maps.
Tempera paint, and you could actually mark, and they put that gas, which immediately went and washed it off as soon as the show was done. Satellite photos that you saw on TV were a loop that was assembled by basically strobe lighting still pictures that were flipped.
John's always had his own unique way of presenting the weather.
The snow will be falling like lard.
Some of the terms he uses on air today,
I'd love to call this forecast Dog Days Afternoon.
he's been using since day one.
Pretty good frog chokers down across sections of Texas tonight.
John moved from South Dakota to Indiana and then Ohio before landing his job here at WRIC, then WXEX, 35 years ago. He remembers his first day fondly.
Oh, you're anchoring the news at 6 o'clock tonight. So, this wasn't, thrown into the deep end of the pool. This was thrown off the high dive into the pool.
Although computers were being used by meteorologists by then, they weren't what they are today.
If you go back into the 80s, the computer systems back there were essentially souped up etch-a-sketches. Doppler radar that we are using is a 1980s technology.
Using that radar technology, ask anyone in Central Virginia and they will tell you they enjoy John's severe weather coverage, not just for the life-saving information,
Especially up in the Shenandoah Valley.
but he really shines with his extensive knowledge of the area.
You can't remember where everything is, but it's just, places that, you pick up along the way.
35 years of serving Central Virginia will do that. As for his best memories here at 8 News, he says the station's coverage of Hurricane Isabel in 2003 always sticks out to him.
Everybody pulled together in here for work. We had our morning news anchors sleeping down the hallway in an office. Okay, we were on the air for 32 hours straight, covering stuff.
And we aren't just celebrating a big anniversary for John.
We actually commissioned this building 29 years ago today. So it's kind of a whole birthday for the television station too.
And while you can take the man and his accent out of Boston,
Dick, I'm going to tell you, the Sox are going to clobber the Yankees tonight.
you can't take the love of the Sox out of him.
Are the Sox going to clobber the Tigers?
I don't know. We can turn it on. We can find out.
Katie Dupree, 8 News.
All right, JB, fantastic. Good times, man.
Oh
Wonderful.
my gosh,
Yep.
it's so good to walk down memory lane and to see all of that.
Wait a minute. All right, Chip is here.
If a man celebrates 35 years, you have to show up. For those who don't remember or never knew, Chip Tarkett and I spent 23 years eyeing across this desk with the legend himself. And tonight, with 35 years,
Yep.
hello, Juan.
Hi, Chip.
Hi, Constance. Tonight, with 35 years, he has officially become the legend. And you can start calling him. I always called him that because he was the legend. So he's a legend. John Bernier, JB, so proud of you.
Of course,
tell you.
our nickname for him was the Sports Maggot.
Absolutely, and I'll always do that. But
Those are
John,
the on-air nicknames.
I want you to stay really humble. Now, I've been here a while today. I've walked through the building.
Yep.
Seen a lot of folks, a lot of friends, met some new friends, and I got to be really honest with you. Meeting all these folks, I don't think there's 85% of the folks that are in here that were alive when you first got here. I mean,
It probably is that way. I was, watching the shows. Our reporters were going through. Nope, that one wasn't born when I started. That one wasn't born. That one.
Yeah, 35 years,
Michael Stern, who's talking in our ear right now, our producer, he wasn't around when we started.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. We need a little applause. I used to come out on the set and I could say, I need some applause.
There you go.
It still works. It still works.
Look at that video. There you guys are.
Then the two of us.
Oh, there you
He
together.
looks that good today. In fact, John, I'm not so certain that you couldn't do another 35 years.
Oh,
Maybe.
Applause for another 35 of JB. Maybe.
I'll
How about
give you that.
How about that?
All right.
But in all seriousness, he's the bomb. John, love you. Wanted to come here. Thanks for letting me
Thank
come
you,
today.
All right, Chip. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Happy 20 to you, sir.
Thanks, man. It's okay. We're back in just a moment.